Look, so I know this video is going to be coming out a day before I usually put it out, which is mainly on Fridays, but since when I'm releasing this is going to be one day before Cold War, I kind of want to just get my last Modern Warfare video out. And it's been a wild ride with Modern Warfare, not always for the best. And I went into this game with a whole lot of hype. We're getting Modern Warfare, a brand new spin on it, and I was kind of hoping it was going to be a great spin, but there's some things with this that I really think they missed the mark, and I kind of am just glad that it's over with Modern Warfare, and I'm probably never going to boot up this game ever again, even probably just to get to Warzone, but at least I don't need to have Modern Warfare. So, as you can see, this gameplay is going to be taking place on Shipment, and that's because I spent a lot of time in Shipment. I'm going to get into that, but I loved Shipment, and I hated Shipment at the same time. But as I say, I spent a lot of time on this game. I think by the end of it, I'm going to have 24 days played and well over 100,000 kills, and this is not going to be one of my favorite CODs. Even though I do have those insane stats. But that's mainly just because that's what my friends play. And I only really jumped on to play with them when I wasn't going for Damascus or whatever. But as I said, the maps kind of sucked. All the maps really kind of just were awful. There was 3 maps that really were playable for me. And that was Shipment, Shoot House, and Rust. 2 of those are not even native to this game, and then you have Shoot House. Shipment wasn't even a good version of Shipment either. They rotated it weird, and the spawns on it were just atrocious. But it was still more fun than playing on any other map in the game. I know that everybody hated Piccadilly, and I hated Piccadilly too. Arkeloff Peak. Those were somewhat playable. And that sucks. How do you have a game where the only good maps are gunfight maps, and 2 maps that are not even from this game, and then Shoot House? I don't even know if Shoot House is even a good map. I just think it was a playable map that we just think is good because it was mixed in with just absolutely god-awful maps. Spawns, like I said, were just brutally bad. I mean, just absolutely bad. If you go to Shipment, you could easily get spawn camped in the same spot. If you guys see Doug Sensor Martin, and he gets absolutely wrecked by a single LMG just spraying into a corner. And that's happened multiple times. And I've thrown a nade, died, and then respawned and landed on my grenade and killed myself a few times. Just how? And even in just the normal maps, you had Hackney Yard. I'm gonna say Hackney Yard was a good map, at least for this game. But I was playing Domination. They barely pushed past the 50-yard line, and then I spawn on the other side. If I'm coming out of C, I die and they barely push past B. I'm gonna go spawn on A and then kill them from behind. How do you screw up that bad? And you're going to see that in Call of Duty League, where guys were just absolutely spawning behind people and just getting the jump from behind. They didn't make any sense whatsoever. You know what else doesn't make sense? The sound of the game. The sound of the game, just ridiculous. So in the beginning, I had to turn down the master volume to go from 100 master volume to about 60 to about 50, and that's because it was way too loud. I was hearing so much and it was hurting my ears, and I couldn't even hear my teammates, and I was in party chat. That makes no sense. Why? And then when they sort of fixed it, you had people just crawling up behind you. It's something that works in Warzone 2, and it's not that they had dead silence. People are coming up behind me and just smoking me, and I don't hear them. I have nice headphones. I should be able to hear them. Was this a glitch? Because this has to be one of the glitchiest Call of Duties known to man. The amount of times I went through the map, I was able to see through buildings that I wasn't able to see through. My gun camos or my gun skins were just making it so that it took up the entire screen. I actually, to this day, cannot host a private match with my friends because for some reason, whenever I do it, the game just completely glitches and no one has guns and no one can actually play the game. We're all just like sliding around. We're like inside the map. I don't understand. It's been a year and they still haven't fixed it. I don't know why that is. To go with sliding, the movement was just awful. I'm pretty sure I broke the left stick on one of my Elite controllers because I was quadruple spamming my left stick to sprint. That's why I had to switch to auto tac sprint, because I had to do that. And it just made sense. Why would I keep pushing in if I just run? It hurts me sometimes now and then, but I get a better benefit out of it. Climbing rocks. Oh my god. Climbing rocks kills me, and I still have this issue in Warzone. I cannot climb up a rock that has like a little ledge to it. That makes no sense. Like, I'm sprinting as hard as I can, I'm jumping, and it won't let me go over. What is going on here? Why can't I move properly? I did it in Cold War. I mean, so hopefully it's fixed for the next one. Hopefully a lot of things are fixed for Cold War. And one of them I want fixed is I want a better final camo challenge, because Damascus was just brutal. I used Damascus really because I was going through some stressful times with school and everything, so it kind of let me just come home from work, come home from doing whatever schoolwork I was doing, and just turn my brain off, because it was dumb. And one of the dumbest thing about it was the mounting. I hated how long I had to wait to get to the final camos, but mounting was the worst. I just had to post up and then just shoot down a hole, and I would sit there. It's not me. It fundamentally made me play a completely different game, and that sucked. And it doesn't help that all the camos in the game were just boring. And the only reason I really went for Damascus, one, to be like, hey look, I did this thing. I went for one of the hardest camos Call of Duty has ever seen. And two, all the other camos just sucked. They were so boring. The only good one is probably like the pink skull. The other ones are just worthless. There's nothing about it. I can think of other skins in Call of Duty history where even like they weren't the master camo, and I can just think about how much better they were, and they actually made me fine with not having it. There also wasn't many good modes in the game. Nothing really party modes. Like, I know we had Gunfight, and then we had Infection later, and Gun Game. But you really, like, even in private matches, you really couldn't change anything up. And it just was boring after a while. I've played Gunfight, Gun Game, Infection to death, because it's literally all I could really enjoy. But you gotta at least let us, not mod, but you gotta let us change things up to make things crazier for us. I think the craziest thing we could do in Gun Game was put on blueprints and then put on setbacks to like 3 or something. We need more party games. So that's enough just shitting on the game for a little bit. But I want to say on the end, there were some good things with it. This was the first Call of Duty that let us have complete crossplay. I enjoyed that. I got to play with a bunch of PC friends and PS4 friends that I've never played with because I play on Xbox. It was good. It worked pretty well. You had Gunfight. Like I said, loved Gunfight. Gunfight is one of my favorite modes of all time, and I'm very happy that they're bringing it to Cold War. I really hope that we see Gunfight go on longer than just these 2 games because it is a great mode. It's a fun little mix of team deathmatch and a search and destroy kind of way. The gun customization was great, and I like that they're going forward with it in Cold War. The battle pass also, there were some boring things to it, but there was also some pretty cool things. Like I used the pink Isaka, I think is her name. I love her. That's pretty cool. You got some pretty cool weapons and with variations. It was good. We all got free stuff. And then Warzone. This is hit or miss for me. I enjoy Warzone sometimes, but there's a lot of things that I take from the beginning of the video where I said there's glitches galore. The crossplay doesn't work well because we get hackers because for some reason they don't have a good anti-cheat, and the movement is just trash. But I do have fun with Warzone. I really like the Halloween event, and I want to see more in that. I'm really excited to see how they implement the Cold War game, and I know we're going to get the weapons on day 1. I also really want to see the new map, because this is going to be great. Well, that's it. Thank God Modern Warfare is over. I will catch you guys in the next one.